Hey, this is Mike. Thank you so much for choosing this video. Today I'm in Myrtle Beach, South Carolina, visiting Sparks Toyota, and I'm checking out a 2018 Toyota Camry with the XP package. So this is basically an SE trim with a cosmetic package added to it, which makes it look completely different in my eyes. So let's go ahead and take a look at it. This Camry is sitting on 235/45 Hankook tires, wrapped around 18-inch KMC Maze alloy wheels and a gloss black. They also have four-wheel disc brakes with ventilated rotors in the front, solid in the back, and it also has these X-Series red caliper covers. So they're basically metal pieces that bolt on the outside of the calipers, giving it a cooler look, I guess you can say. The name of this color is Midnight Black Metallic, and when you look close, the metallic portion has a little bit of like other colors, like a blue or something in there. So what it looks like, I don't know if you can see that on camera, but it's only when you get really close and look at it, or when the sun reflects on it pretty hard. Okay, so looking at the front, all gloss black, the entire grille here, and it's quite faceted here in the grille portion, kind of emphasizing the shininess of the gloss black. Headlights are powered by LEDs, turn signals are standard bulb, and it has the daytime running lights as well. Toyota emblem also serves as the radar cruise control sensor. So looking at the profile, everything is a gloss black. The wheels, the upper portion of the side mirrors, the handles. The only thing is, around the windows is a chrome piece, a chrome trim, and this pillar here in the center is a matte black. But everything else is a gloss from what I can tell. It has a fairly standard switchblade style key here. Lock and unlock, the ability to open up the trunk, and a panic button here. Let's go ahead and push that panic button. That's pretty loud. Nice strong horn. Okay, so taking a look on the inside of the passenger side door, it's all black, of course, except for this trim piece right here that extends on into the handle. So that's nice. Kind of one solid piece looking. Soft touch surfaces are up here and here, and then you have the hard touch here and down there. The soft touch does extend all the way to this front portion here. This is the hard plastics. Manually adjusted seats here for the passenger side. The seats are a combination of synthetic leather here on the outside and then the cloth portion in the center. It's kind of like a microfiber type cloth with little ribs there in the center. Overall comfortable seats though. Then you have a kind of like a suede looking material right there. Now you notice it has some contrast stitching here on the dash. Now this is a soft touch surface, and then you have this accent here that's looking pretty nice. Dash is also up here, soft touch. Then you can see that chrome piece that you see on the door is also here on the dash. Lockable glove compartment, a smooth plastic on the inside. And you can see there's quite a bit of legroom too. The rear doors are similar styling as the front. One big difference is the only soft portion is here on the armrest. The rest of it's hard plastics. Basically a bench seat back here. Now the seats do fold down so you can add your cargo space in the trunk. It has armrest with cup holders there in the center portion that flips up out of the way. And even with the seats all the way back, you still have a significant amount of legroom here. A little bit of a hump here in the center though, and a storage pocket there. Both of the front seats have pockets on the back of them. latch seats for the car seats, the latch system for car seats. They have these little covers. So it's real easy to find it, but the covers, I can see those getting missing easy, but it is easy to use those. Okay, so taking a look at the back here, it has a third brake light here at the base of the rear window, and a very subtle deck lid spoiler on the top of the trunk. All the badging, I don't know if you notice, is all blacked out. You have the SE badging back here, and you have Camry, and then over here it says the X Series. Backup camera is in the very center position, just underneath that M, which is perfect in my opinion. And the exhaust, it looks like it's only functioning out of one. They're both there for looks, I suppose, but it looks like it only uses one. Okay, so there's no button under here to open it up. So either use the key to open up the trunk, or there's a button up there next to the steering wheel, which we'll show you that soon. Let's go ahead and use the key, press and hold it, and look at there, it goes all the way up. Isn't that nice? All right, so here's your trunk. Looks like plenty of room for a vehicle this size. Is pretty darn good. And you can fold those seats down to add to your cargo space. You can fold one or the other to add to the cargo space while still maintaining passenger space. All right, this lifts up, and this actually turns into a little hook right here. And there's your tools for your spare tire. And your spare tire is under this. So it has a locking fuel door. So we push that button there, and it's on the driver's side as well. It has a traditional cap, tether, and a place to hang the cap here on the inside of the door. Okay, so let's go ahead and start it up. The switchblade key, and this has the traditional turn to start. Okay, so this is the floorboard in front of the driver's seat. You know, you notice the floor mats here. It's kind of like a Berber carpet, which is nice looking. The floor mats hook in place here and here, keeping it straight from sliding around. There's your accelerator, brake pedal, foot actuated parking brake is right here, and your footrest on the far left. Let's take a look under the hood. Opening the hood is really easy. There's a latch here, a little bit to the right of center. Right in here, you just lift it up and lift the hood up, and it goes up by itself once you get to a certain point. And you can see the latch is right here, like so. So the under portion of the hood is insulated, and then you have a seal across the front, sides, and back around the engine compartment here. This helps out with airflow, heat, and noise. So the battery's easy to get to, that's neat. Strut Towers, these things here, are braced in. So you can see that brace mounted to it. It goes straight over to the other one. So they're bolted together. Give you better stability in the front end. A little bit covered with the plastic cover of the engine. Now it does have a insulated firewall and some heat shielding back there. Powering to this bad boy is a 2.5 liter dynamic force 4-cylinder dual overhead cam, 16 valve, dual injection engine, 203 horsepower and 184 pound-feet of torque, and is paired to an 8-speed automatic transmission, electronically controlled electronic transmission. And yes, it has a sport tune suspension. Inside of the driver's side door is just like the other side, except for it has a few more buttons. But check it out, all power windows are automatic. So it's one touch down and one touch up. Now the dealer has tinted windows on this particular vehicle. They do not come tinted from the factory. Door lock controls, side mirror adjustments there. Power seat here for the driver. So I knew they were gonna one up the passenger since it had the height adjustment. So this one has the up and down, forward and back, tilt, and power lumbar adjustments, all powered. Here to the left of the steering column, little storage pocket here for putting stuff in, change or whatever. Now your headlights has an auto dimmer switch. You can turn that feature on or off. Has a little indicator light letting you know it's on. If you want to turn off the traction control, you can do it here. Default will be on. There's the ability to open up the trunk and open up your fuel door, which we saw those. Now this is your latch for your tilt and your telescoping steering column, and you just lock it in place by pulling it up. So you notice it's easy to see, easy to get to. You just pull it down to release it and push it up to secure it. Okay, so sitting in the driver's seat, checking it out. Seats are comfortable, and this synthetic leather doesn't seem like it gets as hot in the sun, because when I first got in the vehicle, it was sitting in the sun and it just didn't seem like it would as hot as it would sometimes get. So like say with black leather seats, they really can especially with shorts on or something like that where you have direct skin to it, it gets really hot. But these feel pretty good, so I don't know. Okay, so I have the seat all the way back, and it's a little bit too far back for me to, I mean my foot can't touch the footrest over here and barely touch the pedal. So 6 feet tall, so I would need to pull the seat up a little bit. So it has a lot of leg room. Now it does compromise the back seat's leg room when you do this, but anyways. Leather wrapped steering wheel, soft to the touch, has little grips here at the top. Good thickness. Volume for your radio. See, these right here are connected, these bottom portions here. So that's connected as they're related anyway. And then up here you have cruise control, and then your adaptive cruise control settings and your lane departure alert system. On the left side, Bluetooth phone, and these buttons correspond with the screen between the gauges, which we'll get to in a minute. A volume for your radio, voice recognition, audio source, and change through your tracks. So you can see these are kind of radio related, cruise control related, and then your screen related. You also have paddle shifters here on the back. You can see the plus there, and they extend out quite a ways. So I don't know if you can see that, but they're up here and then they extend all the way out in here, and they're attached to the wheel, so as you turn the steering wheel they follow it. Okay, so there's your windshield wiper controls on the right side. Turn signal has your headlight controls, and it has daytime running light off, automatic parking and headlights here. Here's your gauges, and pretty straightforward as far as the outside. RPM is on the left with your engine coolant temperature. On the right side is your speedometer with your fuel gauge. Here in the center is a little screen that right now it's showing the outside temperature and the trip at the bottom, and letting you know that the lane departure alert is on there at the bottom. Also, it shows you what gear you're in. See, it shows park. But using these buttons here, kind of scroll around. Let's scroll down. Right now you can see these icons here at the top. We're in that icon, the I information. So we got average miles per gallon, that kind of stuff. Fuel economy, just extra eco indicator, digital speedometer, that's nice. And your tire pressure will show up when you start driving. It doesn't always show when you're sitting still. I think my default screen would be the digital speedometer. Now scrolling to the right, this shows you your lane departure alert system, but also your adaptive cruise control. So once the cruise control is activated, you can set the distance between you and the vehicle in front of you by pushing this button and just resting on the distance that you want. Scrolling over to the right, so like this one right here, you can't go up and down. Scrolling to the right, nothing shows up here. Any messages will show up here when they have them. And your settings, safety settings, vehicle settings, all this is right here that you can go into. Scrolling to the right again takes you back to the original I information screen, which shows the digital speedometer right now. Okay, so here's your touch screen, and it has a traditional volume knob tuned through the stations here, so one's larger than the other. Physical buttons on the outside. Your four-way flashers are here at the top. So this is your home button, and it's kind of a split between the audio, fuel economy, and your phone. We push the menu button. This will take us to different options here. So let's go to the audio just to see what that looks like real fast. You can change your audio source. Actually, you need to pick an audio source. Let's go ahead and pick, so you can see all the different ones here. And you also have these as well. The ones that are grayed out, they're not available right now because there's nothing either plugged in or set up. So let's go to FM. And you have your presets here at the bottom, what station you're on. It gives you a little information there as well. You can always go back and change your source. You can adjust your sound, that kind of thing. So let's go back to the menu. You can pair your phone here. There's not one paired now, but once you do pair the phone, you'll be able to send and receive calls. You can use it in the voice recognition. You can also have access to your recent calls, your phone book, all that stuff. So the apps, this is the apps that the vehicle uses through the Intune system as well. You do have to pair your phone to the system, and because right now everything is grayed out. And you have the options here that you can go in and adjust your settings. And this will give you your trip information like a drive computer here. So that goes into that. Seek through your tracks, your phone, and your apps. These are all physical buttons for basically what's going on the screen here. Climate control. So you have your temperature, your fan speed, where you want the air to blow, front and rear defrosters, recirculate the air, and you can turn it off if you need to. It does have automatics. You just push that, and it'll go ahead and do its thing. But once you start adjusting things like the fan speed or whatever, it's going to take away the auto, and then that way allow you to customize it the way you want. So down here, this is where you'll find your USB and auxiliary inputs, 12-volt power supply. So there's this storage space right here, but there's also a tray. So you push that, and it slides forward. So it's kind of hard to see because it's all black in here. This has a rubber piece here, and this goes in quite a ways. It's all plastic on the inside. So there's your cup holders. That's all open in the middle. Okay, so the shifter's here. And let's go ahead and put it in reverse and check out the backup camera. Has static guidelines, but it's right there in the very center, so you can kind of get a better idea of what's back there and where it is. Neutral, drive, and then you can change through the gears. By bumping it up and down, you'll know what gear you're in because it'll show here on the screen. Okay, so here's your armrest, soft to the touch. Kind of has this synthetic or simulated leather texturing, but it's kind of like it's a synthetic material. And there's a button here, and it lifts up. And I like the way it just kind of doesn't slam back down. And it is a smooth plastic on the inside. It goes down about right here, and it has this felt lining at the bottom. And I would suggest buying some felt, laying this on top of it, a lighter color, so like a tan or something like that. And then you lay this on top of that felt and trace it, and then cut it out and put something brighter in here, because this just is so dark. And so if you're trying to find something in here, I don't know, it just seems like that would help out as far as trying to keep this area a little bit more organized, or at least trying to find something, because it's kind of like a black hole here that you're putting your stuff in. Rearview mirror has a manual day and night mode, so you can flip it that way. You have some tap lights up here, and a place to put your shades. It looks huge. And it has like a foam backing, I guess, to back here, but not down here. It's just a smooth plastic on this side. The visors have mirrors in them, and they're cloth. They also have a slider. which I like the sliders better than sliding the whole visor because it actually adds to your coverage. Okay, so let's look at the visibility here in the back. So you do have some pillars back here, but other than that, I mean, it's pretty good. I think it's pretty good. With the windows back here, the visibility in the back is going to depend on your passengers and how big their hairdos are, but the headrests don't get in the way that much, and just overall not so bad. Of course, it does have the backup camera to help you out too. Alright, so there you go. Thank you for watching. I'm going to show the window sticker too, so you can check out and get some more information off of it. But thank you for watching. Thank you to Sparks Toyota here in Myrtle Beach, South Carolina, and I'll see you guys next time.